My name's Kerrie Butler-Graham, and I am a Sous Chef / Apprentice Chef, and I work for Infinite Care in Ipswich. Currently, I am a apprentice chef and the sous chef, so second in charge at Infinite Care. When I first started with the company 3.5 years ago, I was just a kitchen hand, and I applied for the role, being that it was closer to home, but more for the career growth that the company offered from the start. I went straight from high school into working for another company. I started at Blue Care in a more of a front of house role. In kitchens, and then transitioned into a kitchen hand role when I come to Infinite Care. Getting to talk to the residents and seeing how much they love the food here is definitely one of my favourite parts, and just having that bond with the residents. You don't get to pop out of the kitchen very often, but when you do, it's a really great experience. So some of the highlights would be starting out just as the kitchen assistant and then getting to move up with the company, going into my role as an apprentice chef and then being asked to be sous chef. And recently my boss has been away for about 7 or 8 months, and I got stepped up into that head chef role while he was away helping with other companies. So yeah, that's definitely been a massive highlight for myself. The most challenging thing is learning how to handle some of the residents when they are complaining. So learning that it is their home. It's not just you're at a restaurant. Like, you've got to understand that you work in an aged care facility. That's their home. So sometimes they're just frustrated with the fact that they can't do things for themselves, and it's not actually about your role at all. So you just got to take that on board and say, like, I understand where they're coming from and stuff, that it's a little bit challenging for them. But otherwise everything's pretty good. A lot less stressful than a restaurant. The career growth in aged care is what a lot of people don't understand. There's so many different sectors, and you could start out, for example, in the kitchen, and 10 years time you could become a facility manager. You could stay with within the role of the kitchen, like myself, and move your way up the ranks. Like, for me, the next role obviously would be going back into that head chef role permanently. But then there's regional managers, national managers, and you can just climb your way up the ladder. But there's always opportunities to move within the company itself into different careers. Like, we've got a lot of girls in the kitchen that are doing nursing careers at the moment. They're studying for that, so they'll eventually move on out of the kitchen and up potentially with the company into nursing. There's so many different things. You can end up in marketing, payroll, administration. There's so many different careers, and I don't think a lot of people realize just how many career opportunities there are for aged care in general. So I would say don't stress about your career, because you're not always going to stay in what you start in.